This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. I am here with Veterans Auto Hail Services. Since 2018, they have been your one-call, does-it-all auto hail repair concierge, working with the best repair shops in Denver and all along the Front Range. I am joined here with the owner, Steve Clark. Steve, thanks so much for joining us here today.
My pleasure.
I'm going to start off a little bit about yourself. You were formerly educated at Metropolitan State University of Denver. You served your country as a sergeant in the U.S. Army for over a decade. Your background as a district operations manager, district manager for multiple companies, as well as really a regional manager, all of that has led you to start your own company. Share with me a little bit what the vision was for this company, how it came about.
Well, in short, I started doing sales because everything you mentioned there all ties back into sales because I'd rather be out front. So I started doing hail sales for one of the largest hail repair shops in Colorado. Got busy to the point where they were having a hard time keeping up with what I was bringing in, and I wasn't going to slow down. So I had to start vetting other shops, and they had to be the best of the best. Then I started bringing those on, and now it's turned into a network. I have shops from Fort Collins to Colorado Springs, and now we are developing our network just outside Fort Hood in Texas too. So we're about 14 shops, so this winter we'll be closer to 20.
That is excellent. Keep growing, never look back. We live in the beautiful state of Colorado, but weather can cause havoc on our homes and automobiles. They say that hail is one of the most underrated, costly weather disasters. Is that something you probably agree with?
Absolutely. Colorado is part of Hail Alley. There's an actual season for it here.
Big time, and we're talking about hail happens here quite often. People notice that every summer. Tornadoes, hurricanes, I mean, they get much attention in the media, but a single hailstorm can be a destructive billion-dollar event. Some are lucky enough to have a garage out there, but anyone can be caught driving in a hailstorm. So whether you're parked or driving, I imagine damage can occur. Is that right?
And it can happen just like that, like someone flipping on a light switch. 30 seconds, 60 seconds, it's done. The damage has happened.
So basically, some of the stories you've heard in the past, are you pretty surprised how people maybe had damage occur even though they were kind of in and out of the storm?
Every year you get a couple that stand out from the pack. You know, even after doing hundreds and hundreds, you still get a couple that stand out. Honestly, it's impressive that more people aren't hurt from it. When you have a baseball falling 10,000 feet made out of ice, I think that more people would be hurt by that.
Absolutely. I mean, hail the size of baseballs here in Denver back in 2017 was the costliest weather disaster in state history. $1.4 billion in insurance losses. We got hit pretty hard again in 2024. That put us on the map as well. Are you able to work with any insurance company and kind of help us navigate through that intimidating paperwork?
Absolutely. As long as you have full coverage with the comprehensive on there and you're not behind, I can help you out. There are some companies that are easier to work with than others, but I probably have 70 insurance companies on speed dial in my phone right now. And there isn't one that I've come across that we couldn't work with.
If people are kind of overwhelmed with that paperwork, can you kind of walk them through it as well? And are you able to help out with filling out the paperwork and making sure they get the coverage that they signed up for?
We offer that up front every time. It's not something most people deal with. And so it's an intimidating process, and it's not clearly laid out. So we offer to walk them through that, and that includes putting them on a conference call and kind of holding their hand all the way through the process.
I mean, because you do not work exclusively with any shop, you have the flexibility to get a car fixed rather quickly. How important is it for consumers to be taken care of quickly, and do you think that's something they appreciate?
Absolutely. Take the storms that we had here in 2024. There was a tsunami of claims that came in. If you were somebody who waited maybe 2 weeks, at some shops they were going to be telling you, we'll see you in 4 months, we'll see you in 5 months. But through us, at those same shops, because of the agreements we have, I'll put you in next week.
Wow, quite a big difference. Obviously, that makes it matter for folks. Not just fixed quick, but fixed at the highest quality. You work with the best in paintless dent repair shops. Can you explain what that process is for people out there that maybe don't understand that?
I love the process. It's a science and an art to it. Basically, it's a massaging metal on metal technique from underneath, carefully massaging, not banging. When the hood of your car was made, it came off a giant roll of steel and it was pressed into that position, and the darn thing was darn near glowing hot. And when it cooled, it became that hood. So when those dents come in there, basically we're putting the metal back the way it wants to be. And once that happens, it's every bit as strong as it once was, not like a dent in an aluminum can. And modern automotive paint has enough give, we can do it without cracking the paint. And that's the key right there. That's the factory seal. If we do it without cracking the factory seal, by law, we don't have to report to Carfax, CarCheck, or any other agency. All the value came back.
Wow. So you're saying basically this process preserves the integrity of the factory finish, which means no reports to Carfax or other agencies, so your vehicle retained its full value. That's got to be great for consumers.
Absolutely. It's faster. Insurance companies like it because it's generally a little cheaper for them to do.
Excellent. You are also able to really help anyone with hail damage on their automobiles, but your focus is on veterans and active military. Why were the vets helping vets really important for you to be in your business?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. It started out, and that's where the name came from, because I used to be the president of VFW Chapter 322 in Inglewood. I'm also a member of the American Legion, and we started out by saying, look, anybody puts it through me, I will put money back to the post for every one of those vehicles that haven't. A few years ago, we started working literally with everyone, but we still put money back to our community. The only people that are working with us, we don't have anyone from the Navy, we have everybody else. Earlier this year, some of those funds went to helping a homeless vet become a homeowner for the first time. We love to put something from everything we do back.
You guys have outgrown your name basically, but you still focus on giving back as well. I mean, hail can create some ugly dings and dents on anyone's vehicle. If hail is large enough, can it even penetrate a windshield? And is that an area where you can help also?
Absolutely. When one of those hailstorms that hit out by DIA earlier this year, the next morning there were people with their windshield sitting in the front seat and trash bags taped up where the sunroof used to be. Some of that was pretty extreme. And yeah, we can go ahead and help mitigate that right away because of the deals we have with some of our glass people. I can put them out there without it even having to leave your driveway. We had probably 15 windshields installed that very first day to stop the damage from getting worse.
So one call does it all, like you say,
Yes,
no matter what the hail damage is. Many consumers out there have insurance. I mean, but let's face it, deductibles can be high and challenging for many to pay. Can that burden ever be minimized sometimes?
Absolutely. When you're getting insurance on a vehicle, it changes your monthly based on how much you're going to put that deductible to be. And with half of America paycheck to paycheck right now, $1,000 deductible, that's a big hurdle to cover. So one of the things that we do, every shop that we work with has to be able to waive those deductibles up to $1,000, sometimes more. We make this as a nothing out-of-pocket experience for them.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. I've never heard of a business being able to do that. Your network basically all agrees to do something like that. That is great. What about folks who just have maybe one vehicle and they need the transportation while it's in the shop? What are their options? What are they able to do?
If they have rental coverage on their policy, of course, we're going to use that. If they don't, we're going to provide them with a rental. We get almost everything from Enterprise, so it's easy to get them taken care of on that. And again, it's going to be a nothing out-of-pocket experience. They're going to just have to put the gas in that rental. I'm going to ask for a good review after, but I think it's a fair trade.
Excellent. Makes sense. I mean, the goal is not only helping drivers with hail damage, but helping your entire community. One of your company's strongest held values is giving back. Why is that important, and how are you able to do that?
I'm a third-generation Army vet. My son's fourth generation. Now, he is Air Force, but I think it still counts. So we've always been about giving back to our community, and Veterans Auto Hail Services is my platform, and actually now our platform for doing that. We've always been about service.
Excellent. Steve, your mission is really twofold, to help people navigate the process of fixing their hail damage and to help organizations raise some money if they need be. Is this rewarding work for you?
Absolutely. It's hard to put a value on that, wherein you've helped a local church raise $3,000 or $4,000. My daughter's high school volleyball team, we helped raise enough money that there were parents that came up and told us they couldn't have sent their daughters to certain events had that money not been there. And I couldn't have put that kind of money out of pocket, but to be able to help raise that, it's incredibly rewarding. It never gets old.
That is excellent. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, you can basically learn more about the paintless dent repair and basically the mission of this company as they serve you and their community. I mean, like we said, one call does it all. That is Veterans Auto Hail Services, fixing hail damage with zero money out of your pocket. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.